First Law series by Joe Abercrombie has become one of my favorite fantasy series I've ever read. I have one goal today, and that is to convince you or give you at least the reasons why you should read this incredible series.
So I'm going to talk about why specifically I love this trilogy and why I think it's worth your time.
And that's when I tell you just have to read it, because Joe Abercrombie is that amazing, that good.
The point is, I have to say, I am just flying on the coattails of Mr. Abercrombie there. I really, he's so sweet about what I've done, but really I've only done what's on, it's all there for you. It's just a gift for anybody who does voices at all. It's a huge gift. All these characters are so multi-layered and so interesting to do.
5 out of 5 stars. You're missing out if you haven't read these yet.
I'm pretty sure Joe Abercrombie has now ruined most fantasy books that I will read in the future, because my expectations for the writing style and character development are ridiculous now.
Read First Law today. It's amazing.
And that should tell you something about First Law. It's freaking brilliant.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that the First Law trilogy is amazing. The world, the writing, the characters, just everything.
Joe Abercrombie's writing is something that is very special.
Did I think that the First Law trilogy was overrated? I'm happy to say that no, I did not think it was overrated. I thought it was so good. And I completely understand why everyone's so obsessed with this.
The whole time that I'm reading Joe Abercrombie books, I just sit there being impressed.
So let me go into why I think the First Law books are among the best of fantasy.
What I'm trying to get at is that Joe Abercrombie writes some of the best characters in fantasy.
Books 5 out of 5 stars. And I completely, absolutely adore this series, and I just urge you all to pick it up and try it.
I am smiling like a kid in a candy store because I'm like, the dialogue is just about the best stuff I've read in a fantasy novel ever. I'm just like...
The Blade itself. So, I love this book.
I love this book, you should read it.
I like the books I wrote.
That shit is genius, and Joe Abercrombie's First Law books are the best.
When you first started with the Blade itself, did you have to meet up with Steven and like tell him how to put things?
You'd be surprised. No. I mean, I did go to the reading for an hour or two, and it was really impressive how the degree to which he got it. I was expecting, I must admit, that the whole thing would be a tiny bit embarrassing. I knew the voices wouldn't be the way I had pictured them, but it was just fantastic to hear him do it. I mean, right from the start, he got the timing, he got, the voices were different, but they added to it rather than, subtracting. So it was really exciting to go and listen to it be done.
From the First Law series by Joe Abercrombie, read by Stephen Pacey. The blade itself incites to deeds of violence. Homer. Damn it, but you can talk, Dogman. Name's Craig. He took a couple of limping steps. Stabbed in me arse up at Dumbreck. Where'd you get it from? He slapped Grimm's shoulder with the back of his hand. Fucking lovely, eh? They got a word for it, don't they? What's that word now? Plausible, said Grimm. Dow's eyes lit up. Plausible. That's what you are, Dogman. You're one plausible bastard.
You just are that good that you're like, oh my God, you were born for this. His writing feels like that. It feels like he was born to write it.